Okay, so for today, we are going to talk about a properties of an angle when a straight line cuts through a parallel line. So in this example over here, you see that I have the parallel line over here, which is represented by the blue color. And I have a straight line that cuts through this parallel line. And what does this give me? It's a bunch of angles over here. So we can see there are angles here, there are angles here, and many more angles. And if you measure them out with your protractor, all right, you will notice something very interesting here. Okay, so let's go through this. All right. Now, of course, for this example, I would like to encourage you to draw out, right, a parallel line and just draw a straight line that cuts through it. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly the same as me, but around the same will be fine. Okay, so once you have done drawing, I would like you to measure two angles first. Okay, I would like you to measure this angle and this angle. All right, you can pause the video and measure out an angle and let's see what you find. Okay, so assuming you have already done so let's use my protractor to measure this angle. All right, so let's measure this one. So if I were to put my protractor over here and measure, so over here, that's my starting point to here, that this angle from this protractor is telling me it is 60 degree. All right, that's 60 degree. And what about this angle? So if I were to use my protractor again, okay, if I would measure, then 0 is here. So this angle, it's also 60 degree. Same. All right, do you notice that this angle and these angles are the same? So we have a property for that, okay? So we have a name for this property. We call it alternate angle. Okay? We call this property an alternate angle. And how would I like to remember an alternate angle? I will remember an alphabet over here. So if you use your imagination, you should this looks like a Z shape, all right? For those of you, if you can't see, I will just draw it out for your reference. So you might see something like this over here, a Z shape. So the armpit, all right, this is how I like to call it. The armpit of the Z shape has the same angle. So I will put a more reference over here. So it is represented by the Z shape. And this angle and this angle are the same. So I can make a note over here. Okay, alternate angle, that's alternate angle. So it is represented by the Z shape and the shaded angle are equal size. So you might find out in your diagram, it will be the same size as well. All right, so that's an alternate angle. So that's the first property we can see over here. So what about the second property? You can look at this. All right, again, I would like you to measure these two angles over here. One is from here and one is from here. And again, you can pause the video and just check what measurement will you get. All right, so for my diagram, I can quickly measure this. So my 0 is here, measure, and this angle, it's 120 degree. So what about this one? So I can put my protractor again, 0, move to over here if I were to extend this line, and it will touch 120 degrees. So this is also 120 degree. Again, they are the same. All right. So we have a name for this property. We call this corresponding angle. All right. And for corresponding angle, I would like to remember this angle by remembering the alphabet F. So take a look at this shape. So this over here looks like an F shape. All right. So you have to use a bit of your imagination to look at this. All right, looks like an F shape over here. Okay, so I will remember corresponding angle by the F shape, which I will draw over here. And the two angles over here are equal. Okay, so that's the next property of this. What about the third one? Now the third one, again, I would like you to measure this angle over here and this angle over here, okay? So again, I would like you to measure in your own diagram and then see what will you get, all right? Now, for my diagram, this angle is 60 degree. All right, I'm just gonna write down here. And this angle here, it's 120 degree. Now, I believe in your diagram, it will be different than my measurement, okay? But you will notice one thing. If you were to take these two angles and add them together, you will find out you will always get 180. All right, you can check with your angle as well. Okay, if you find out this angle and this angle, you add them both together, you will find out that the angle is always equals to 180. Okay, so this is another special property of this diagram over here. So we call this interior angle. All right, we call this an interior angle. And how I would like to remember interior angle? It is represented by the letter C. Okay, it is represented by the letter C over here. Okay, so I want to draw this out for those of you if you can't see. The letter C over here. Right. So I'm gonna shade the interior angle. They will add up together to give you 180. So we have a special term for this. So I'm going to write this down now. So we say the shaded angle are supplementary to each other. All right? The special word over here is supplementary. Okay, to each other. Now, what does the word supplementary means? This word supplementary basically means both angles, they will add up to 180. That is what the word supplementary means, right? Both angles add up to 180 degree. Okay, that's what supplementary means. Okay, so you might hear a teacher say like both of these angles are supplementary to each other. So in another word, basically they means they add up to 180. Okay, so and let me show you another property over here. So we have another one, which is these two angles. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, so let's look you can again use your protractor, measure in your diagram, and let's see what we get. So again, this is my 60. And for this, that's if I were to extend this line, and that is my 60 degree as well. Okay, again, you see this, they looks the same, all right? It looks the same, they measure the same, so again, we have another property for this. So, property number 4, we call this opposite angle. Okay, and how I would like to remember this? This opposite angle is represented by the letter X over here. So in this case, it's going to look something like this. This, okay? And I will shade these two angles. Alright, so here you go. So I will say here, the shaded angles are equal to each other. Alright, that's the opposite angle, okay?